Apocaloptimist. Noun. Someone who knows it's all going to shit, but still thinks it will turn out okay. 7 signs you may be an Apocaloptimist. Number 1. You hope for the best, but you're prepared for the worst. This is the cornerstone of your Apocaloptimism. Being prepared for the worst is about being able to adapt to the vicissitudes of life. Hoping for the best is the hope that things will turn out better than your research shows, as well as the hope that other like-minded individuals are as proactive as you are in their self-improvement, adaptation, and improvisation. You're prepared for the apocalypse, but you're hopeful that enough people will be able to come around to prevent it, or at least curtail it. In the meantime, you're developing strategies for survival while hunting for the medicine that will be necessary to heal a profoundly sick society. Number 2, you're aware that you live in a sick society, but you're trying to be medicine. Krishnamurti said it best, it's no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. You have a deep and empathic understanding of why our society is so sick, particularly in 4 self-evident and apocalyptic ways. Number 1, our society pollutes the air it needs to breathe. Number 2, our society pollutes the water it needs to drink. Number 3, our society pollutes the food it needs to eat. And number 4, our society pollutes the minds it needs to evolve with. Because of this understanding, you are determined to be a force of health despite the sickness that surrounds you. You're optimistic that others will realize the same, but you're also aware that the majority of people will continue going through the culturally conditioned notions of being sick. Number 3, you are reconditioning your cultural conditioning. You understand that just as the individual must stretch his or her comfort zone to achieve healthy growth, the culture must also stretch its comfort zone to achieve healthy evolution. As such, you are proactive about being a beacon of hope for the disempowered, just as you are proactive about being a beacon of darkness in the blinding light of cultural conditioning. The ultimate goal being the continual upheaval of the status quo and the persistent self-overcoming required to be flexible in the face of setbacks and catastrophe. Number 4, you use high humor in the face of impending doom. You're proficient with the art of high humor, knowing that the only way to get power over power is through the higher power of a good sense of humor. You've found that high humor leads to high courage and the audacity to speak truth to power, and you do so with silver-tongued proficiency. There exists no perceived construct of power that's above your humorous rebellion. No idol too golden, no high horse too high, no precedent too revered, no apocalypse too catastrophic, no God too godly. Nothing is immune to the exactness of your humorous rebellion. Number 5, you take strategic leaps of courage into the maelstrom. As an Apocaloptimist, you embrace your mortality and transform your life into a work of art. You look at the apocalypse as a wake-up call to live life to the fullest. It spurs you towards health, courage, and authentic action rather than dwell in fear, cowardice, and futile self-preservation. You understand the importance of not fearfully choosing the safe road, what Jung called the road to death. Instead, you choose the courage to face the trials and tribulations of an adventurous road, a road full of danger and risk. You choose to transform the apocalypse into the birthplace of the phoenix. Number 6, you're determined to create meaning despite inherent meaninglessness. In the grip of the apocalypse, the creation of meaning can be a daunting prospect. As an Apocaloptimist, you tackle this prospect head on. Your high humor creates high courage, which creates even higher art. Channeling mortal angst, sacred wounds, and unruly demons into works of art symbolically transforms death into life. The art created from this cosmic catharsis becomes the art of life. Cosmic catharsis is what Ernest Becker called an immortality project, which is essentially a creative and heroic engagement with life that creates meaning despite a universe which outflanks us with inherent meaninglessness. Number 7, you practice radical presence. You teach healthiness now in the moment, despite the pessimists who proclaim it's all pointless, so what's the point of being healthy? You understand that the point of being healthy now is for the purpose of living an examined life, a fulfilled life, a self-actualized life, a life well lived. The past may have led to the apocalypse. The future may result in apocalypse. But both of these projects pale in comparison to the individual Apocaloptimist who makes things better in the present moment through deep self-awareness, self-improvement, and self-overcoming for the healthy and progressive evolution of the species in spite of dark times.